Bonjour. Welcome to another Fiddlehead Fiddle lesson. We're now going to do the tune La Vie en Rose. And that's pronounced La Vie en Rose. I know because I looked it up online 1 minute ago. Okay, so I'm going to play the entire tune at a medium speed, and then we'll break it down line by line, bar by bar, note by note after that. So here it goes, all right? Okay, so let's start. A little warm up. If you want, I recommend warming up with the C major scale, starting on G3. Playing the scale of a tune is always a really good idea. It warms up your left hand and your ear. Alright, so now I'm going to play for you the first quarter or the first line of this melody. Okay, so the first bar is we're going to start A low 2 to 1 open. Then we're going to go D3 1. So we have. Then we add A low 2 at the end. Alright, just a little piece, but it might be worth our while to, at this point, just loop that, because this little piece contains the basic rhythm that's repeated over and over again. So if you really get that in your bones by repeating it a bunch of times, it'll really make the rest of the tune a whole lot easier, I think. So let's take a moment and loop that together. Great. So I really believe if you get nothing but that in your first sitting down with the tune, but you really get it down well, you're going to get this tune. All right. So let's move on with the second quarter. I'm just going to play it and then break it down for you. Sorry, I meant to say the second bar. Here it is again. So starting A1 to open A. And then on D, 3, 1. And we add G3. And then finish with A1. So again, I recommend looping that too. It'll help you a lot. I'm not going to loop it right now. I'm going to keep moving forward though. So then the third bar is a little trickier. Starting on open A to D3 and then D1. Then we add 2-3 on G. Then add A1. Again. And then finishing with a long A, open A, and a long D3. Let's review each bar. First one. Then. Then. Then a long A. I'm now just going to play the entire first line again. So this might be a good point for you to pause and practice because the rest of the tune follows a similar rhythmic pattern, melodic pattern. Okay, thanks for doing that. Moving on to the second line of this tune, I'll break it down for you with some finger illustrations in the right hand corner again. Okay, so same rhythm, D, 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 D. We're going to start with A3 now. Just walking down the scale, 3, low 2, 1 open. Then add D2. And then add A2. Again. That's the first bar. Next bar is, let's break that down, start A1 to open A, and then on D string, 3, 2 open. So we have, and then we add A1. Here's that again. Good, and now let's do the the third bar of this second line. So that's a little tricky. We're starting A to D3, A, D3, D low 2. And then we're going to do a raised third finger on G. You could also do low 4 on G. Well, I think when I tabbed it out, I did raised third on G. And back up to D, A1. Very tricky. Listen to it again. And again. And then also ending with a long A, D3. Alright, so I'm now going to play the entire second line very slowly. All right. The third line is almost identical to the first line, but it has a slightly different ending. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the whole thing and then play you the different ending, like focus on that. So here's the whole third line. So the first line ends like this. With A1 open, but the third line ends with just a long A low 2. There's that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gets held for 4 beats. You don't have to hold the note the whole time, but you'd have to count so the next part comes in right. Or either that, or you could break it up in two bows. So like. Something like that. You can, or even 4 bows, whatever. Whatever you can make sound good. All right, so now let's move on and do the fourth line of this tune. Okay, so it kind of repeats itself, so it's actually shorter in a way than it actually seems. So it starts A3, short, long, followed by A low 2, and that A low 2 is short. We do that twice in a row. We do it 3 times in a row. Here it is again. And we land on D3. That's a long note or a half note if you're keeping score at home. 2 counts. 1, 2. So putting together the whole first half of this fourth line. Okay, let's do that again. Then we pretty much do the same thing with a slightly different ending. We do this, the riff. We do that thing 3 times again, but end different. So instead of that long D3, we do an open E, A3. Okay? Listen to it now again. Okay, cool. Now I'm just going to do the 5th line of this, and I'm just going to play it through. It's a lot like the first line again, but you guessed it, it's got a little bit of a different ending. So here we go. So remember how I got you to kind of work on the first bar and play it over and over again, and often if you do something like that, it really makes a lot of the rest of the tune easier because of the repetition that you'll encounter later. So if you get one thing down in a sitting, then you've really accomplished more than you think. So anyway, enough talk, let me get back to it. 5th line, I'm going to play the whole thing and break it down. So the first 2 bars are the same as the first line. And then the last 2 are this. That's open A to D3, back to open A, to A1, to Halo 2. And we're done. Listen to it. Here it is again. All right, let's do the whole fifth line. Cool, cool. So, I'm now gonna just play the whole tune very slowly one more time. And this is the point in the lesson where I say, hey, if you don't really know each part, just pause, go back and work on each line, maybe even one bar or one little part of each line. Just don't be in a hurry to do the whole thing. I'm gonna do it because, you know, eventually you're gonna be ready for it, and so here it is. But take this moment to pause, rewind, and practice. All right, here we go. Last time through the whole tune. Voila! See you next time on Fiddlehead. Congrats, pat yourself on the back. Oh, I needed that, my back hurts. Because you made it to the end of the video, you should be proud. Most people don't do that. Most people make it into about 3 minutes and 37 seconds and then they say, I've had it with this. So congrats to you for your persistence and have a good day. So long.
Thanks for watching the video.
Excellent.